Hi! Long time no see. So, it's February 3rd, and I thought that's the best possible time to make a video about what I listened to last year, because nobody gives a fuck anymore. That's the best way to do it, honestly. I switched from Spotify to Qobuz in, I think, October last year because Spotify is a shit company. I think all of my Spotify Wrapped videos are just about how shit Spotify is as a company. I mean, they advertise to or for ICE. They invest a lot of money into AI warfare machines. They do jack shit, literally nothing, for removing AI-generated music from their platform. The Spotify charts were charting a song in the Netherlands that was AI-generated, and it was like a vehemently racist anti-immigrant song. And when I saw that and saw the platform doing nothing about that, I was just like, okay, fuck this shit. I'm going to be switching. So I'm using Last.fm for this. Predictions. I'm thinking a lot of Magdalena Bay, because I've just been obsessed with their record that they released the year before that, which was Imaginal disc. Probably one of the best pop albums ever made. Probably a lot of Twigs, FKA Twigs. She released 2 excellent albums last year, which was insane. And I don't really know what else. I haven't really paid attention to it. Over on my Instagram, when I had Spotify, I did this thing where every month I would do a mini rewind thing, and I would look at my stats then. But I stopped in the last couple of months because it just kind of drove me crazy. So I'm very curious what this will say about my listening habits of last year. All right, 2025. We have Ghost from Machine Girl, who I am probably seeing Friday. I just came back from an entire week of shows, so 7 shows in 7 days in London. This is second year I've done that, and yeah, it's been insane. So I'm fucking tired as shit. That's why I have my beer, which I am opening right here and drinking right here. I saw that Machine Girl had a show Friday, and I don't give a fuck what state I'm gonna be in. I'm gonna go there. So let's see. Okay, this is my first Scrabble of the year. So that's first stream of the year. On January 1st, I listened to it's Collider. It's Collider by Jon Hopkins. Excellent record. Immunity, one of my favorite electronic records of all time. I completely believe that I started the year with this fucking banger. We have 30,000 Scrabbles, so 30,000 streams. I don't really know what amount of minutes that chalks up to, but I would predict around 100, maybe 100k minutes. And there's no way for me to find out. So, you know, it's just a prediction. So that's about the same as last year, which is a fuck ton. I listened to a lot of music last year. I didn't make any videos last year, but I listened to music. I did that at least. More on that later. Here we have a rundown. Dude, this is so much nicer than the fucking Spotify rap thing. Remember how much fucking complaining I was doing for the graphic design? Not that this is anything like amazing, but it's just, you know, it's fine. Steady until October, and then I died down a little bit because I made more effort to watch more movies. So if you look at my Instagram, I'm reviewing a lot more movies, and I've been snobby about movies, which is nice, so I'm probably going to keep that up. Daily average is 83 streams per day. My biggest streak was 116 days, and the golden day was 261 Scrabbles. How does that even work? I think that's like the entire day. I have a problem. Maybe I do have a problem. All right. Artists, top 4. We have Twigs, number 1. I kind of predicted that. Model Actriz, number 2. Fuck yes. Fuck yes. They have 2 records out and 1 EP. But they're that damn fucking good. Model Actriz are one of the most exciting bands out there right now. Probably one of the best live acts ever. After that, we have Billy Woods, because of course he's a staple for my listening habits. Very important artist, generational artist, fucking genius. You know, you've heard me talk about that like 1,000 times. And Fontaine's DC, so good, so unique, striking, great, amazing. And my count of artists this year is 2,260, which is quite a bit. My top 4 tracks. Let's go. All right, we have Flood number 1. Yeah, what can I say? Like the first time I listened to the single, I was like, I was thinking, okay, this is badass, obviously, but it's like, okay, it's not introvert. It's not like it's introvert. And then it just kind of grew on me. It just kind of stuck with me with how beautifully constructed that track is and how fucking amazing that music video is. God damn, watch that music video. And then we have Taxes by Geese. Geese, baby. I'm on the Geese grind. I've just been listening to Geese so much that those like posts you see about performative males listening to Geese and asking women about Geese, that's basically me. I can't come back from that. We have Choke Enough by Oklou. Oklou, such a surprise of a record she came with last year. Yeah, definitely taking influence from stuff from the hyperpop scene, but instead of putting it all like fucking in your face and making you listen to it until you can't no more, this is very much subdued in the background, like you're listening to it in a different room. Very subtle, very sincere. Great record, amazing melodies. And then we have Caroline, baby. Tell me I never knew that. Ugh. My journey with Caroline last year. So I'm going to reveal something to you, and that is that the Caroline 2 record that they made is my favorite record of last year. In a music scene, like in the new UK revival rock scene, which is definitely happening right now, it's hard to stick out, and it's hard to do something unique and cool. And the way that Caroline take more influences from One O Tricks Point Never and electronic artists to make their rock music is really interesting. So this entire record just kind of delves into sound design. It's just a mind-blowing record. There's nothing I can really say to describe it. This single with Caroline Polachek, which is very funny. Caroline with Caroline Polachek. It's very good. It's just a prime example of that, because Caroline Polachek, I feel like, gets sometimes overlooked. Excellent. She's one of the best pop artists working right now, but she's also a fucking amazing vocalist, and I don't think she's talked about enough because of her vocals. Her vocals are fucking incredible and scary almost. I'll put a clip here where she does like the vocal flipping shit that scared the fuck out of me when I first saw it.
I like to switch notes using a lot of like what I call vocal flipping. So like, ah.
And she does that in this track as well, and it's just a mind-blowing track. This counts up to 10,463 tracks this year that I've listened to. Albums. Thank fuck they're doing this. Number 1 album is Eusexua. I feel like the way FKA Twigs diverted from her usual In Her Feelings albums is really special on Eusexua, because kind of like Brat, it delves into some very personal subject matter while keeping it dancey and very much with its head in techno culture. That just kind of creates a record that is full of exploring the kind of letting yourself go into the night feeling that I'm sure anyone has experienced. It's just a super euphoric record with lots of highs and lows in terms of mood. Such a unique record in her discography, and maybe one of her best. And then we have Pirouette from Model Actriz, baby. Oh my god. Talk about fucking sound design. The sound design on this record is incredible. It's crazy. It's definitely less like aggressive in your face punky in comparison to their debut Dog's Body. It's definitely a little bit more subtle. It's more dancey, I would say. More electronic based, even though they still just use guitars. It's an insane record because exactly it doesn't lean into the aggression yet again. It kind of eases you in with a lot of tracks and hits a lot of vulnerability that the first record really wasn't able to get. The sonic variety on that record is is unlike anything that I've listened to by any band that is trying to make similar things. Yeah, Model Actors is so exciting. So exciting. Such a great record. Oh my god, this fucking record. 45 Pounds by Nailgun. I don't know if I'm saying it right. I have no idea. I don't know. It just kind of feels right, so that's why I'm saying it. Nailgun are a band from New York. This record is like 27 minutes. It's 12 tracks or something. It's quick. It's aggressive. It's fucking mental. It sounds fucking demented. If I show this to people, people will think I should be in a psych ward, but it fucking bangs, and it's so dancey, and man, the vocals are insane, and maybe some of the best drumming I've ever heard in my life. Oh my god, it's such a fucking record. So addicting. I wish this thing was like 5 hours long, because the feeling this record gives me is just, ugh. And it has like the best album cover of the year. It's so simple. There's so much grain, and the text at the bottom, you can't even decipher it, and that's what makes it so beautiful. Oh, such a good record. Damn. And then we have Lotus by Lil Simz. You know, I'm a stan for Lil Simz, okay? And this new record is exactly where I wanted her to go after the whole debacle with all the drama and all the lawsuits going on around her producing rights and weird shit that was bottling up because of Sometimes I Might Be Introvert and because of No Thank You that came right after. This definitely feels aggressive in a great way, but also like she comes back a lot more self-assured on this record. Also very much in conversation with what it means to be an artist of her size, what it means to fall back from a record that gave you so much praise, but having to do away with a creative partner that fucked you over in every possible way. What does that do with your personality as an artist? What does that do with your self-assurance as an artist? And I feel like in this record she explores that, and she proves that she is one of the best artists of our generation. Excellent. I can't say anything more. Excellent record. That's 4,407 albums this year, which I don't think is accurate. I think that has to like count singles, right? That has to count singles. I haven't listened to that many records. I don't know how that works, but you know. All right, it's a Last FM thing with a 10 collage thing. Okay, I'll just talk about the records that I'm seeing right now. Okay, the 4 records that we talked about. Then we have the Benjamin Booker record, Lower, which is such an amazing record that I didn't see coming at fucking all. Unique record, has production by Kenny Siegel, dives into some very deep emotional songwriting, and has some of the best textural elements that I've heard the entire year. I see Saya Gray. I've been getting a lot more into Saya Gray last year. Excellent art pop artist. So good live. I see Quadeca. I'm not like saying that Vanisher Horizon Scraper is the best record ever made, but fuck, it's really fucking good, and it's honestly astounding that a person with his background, I know everybody talks about this when talking about Quadeca, but as a YouTube rapper, to make a fucking record like this, which is one of the most ambitious records I've ever heard, is insane. And it doesn't stick the landing all the way through. And it's definitely very self-indulgent, but it works so well, and it's scary. It's so good. I'm just gonna do a couple more. I see the Squid record, Cowards. Maybe the best Squid record. Very underappreciated. Very unique. Amazing record. So damn good. I see Anna von Hausswolff, my favorite artist ever, maybe, breaks out with a record that's completely different from anything she's ever made. Feels brighter, much more performative, theatrical, much more forward than she usually is. And it's just kind of amazing. It's such a good record. The saxophone angle that she takes on this record is incredible. It's some of the best saxophone playing I've ever heard on a record. Then we're going to talk about Smerz, baby. Okay, Smerz are like my hidden gem, and they're not that hidden. You've probably heard about Smerz, but this record is insane. I don't know how they made this record. It's such a deceivingly simple record. If you listen to Smerz, their old stuff, you know, it's kind of strange art pop. What you would expect from people just coming into the limelight and being very creative. This Smerz record definitely isn't that, but in the best way possible. It's like some of the best, most well-produced pop music I've heard in a while, but it stays in the background, very much subdued, kind of like the Oklou record, but also kind of feels like they spent a million years on the production and then phoned it in with the vocal effects. The vocals in general feel like they're done in one take, and that makes it so much better. I can't describe why it makes it better, but man, it makes it so much better. Yeah, that record is so good and so fucking badass. We're going to be talking about two more, because I see two more that I really have to name. We're going to be talking about Maruja, baby. I want to say they're probably the most important artists working right now. I say that because they are very forward in what it means to be political as an artist right now. They're very much talking a lot about Palestine, talking a lot about Sudan, talking a lot about everything that's happening right now in late stage capitalism, and doing that in a way where the record starts from a complete breakdown of how much suffering the system of oppression is bringing, but then using the rest of the record to look at that system and to look at how we can find community in each other to change the things that we're supposed to. So, Pain to Power sounds like kind of a corny title and very much on the nose with what it's trying to say, but it's the best title they could have given it because it's exactly what the music is doing. It's exactly what is needed right now. It's exactly what artists should be doing right now, and I fucking love it. I love it. I love it so fucking much. So damn good. See them live. I've done so like 5 times. I'm gonna see them live again this year. Okay, last record I want to talk about is Annahstasia. I was blown away last year by discovering her music. I think I listened to Sunday, and that track broke me in every way possible. And believe her, the entire record does the exact same. It's very minimal in terms of instrumentals. It doesn't do too much with itself to bring out more emotion. It just focuses on her and her voice and her songwriting and her personal storytelling. It's a heartbreaking record. It's a record that made me think a lot. It's a record that I was addicted to for a long time. I would recommend it to anyone. Listen to that record. It's very underappreciated. Listen to it. It's so good. Okay, we're finally done with this slide. Tags lost lots of post-punk, electronic, indie rock, dance pop, pop rock, trip hop. I believe it. I believe it. That kind of sounds like me. My least popular artist of the year is Vale-Smith. Camden, my boy. Okay. I made a video about Cam's music years back, and he is still so fucking underappreciated, especially with what he's trying to do with his new music. Just going more into the bombastic, thematic, crazy shit that always surprised the fuck out of me. And man, this dude just needs something that will bring him to the top, because I know that when people discover his shit, they're gonna be obsessed with it because he's so fucking good. Kendrick Lamar was my most popular artist of the year. I mean, fuck. What can I say? The shit that happened last year with Kendrick was the funniest thing I've ever fucking seen, and then it turned into the saddest thing I've ever fucking seen. It's just an amazing time to be alive for hip-hop last year. And yeah, GNX. Oh, what a filthy record. Definitely not one of my favorites, but has so many bops and is clearly just kind of trying to dance on the grave of Drake, which is just amazing. It's so good. So damn good. And this was your year of music. Okay, so now let's talk about the gigantic fucking elephant in the room. Where have I been? What the fuck happened? Okay, so last year wasn't my best year. I'm gonna have to say motivation has been dwindling a lot, and that's not because I don't think this channel is important. I think about this channel every single fucking day. I think about making videos every single fucking day, but my standards of making videos are so sky high, and my projects are always so long and so elaborate that it's sometimes hard to stay in that attitude of wanting to work on it every single day after already sitting behind a computer for 8 hours a day at my job, at my day job, to go home after a lot of public transport, go home, cook food, and then sit down and focus on another big project. It's just a lot for me to bear down. I feel like now enough stuff has changed in my life in the last month or so, where it's really been itching for me to make more stuff. So I've done an interview recently, which I'm going to release soon. And I have a new idea for a series I'm going to be starting, which is a lot less of a scope. And then I'm going to be focusing on bigger projects in between those. So I'm going to be doing more interviews because I really love to do interviews. I'm getting good at it. I'm really excited about them. And then that new series is going to be all about new music that no one has heard of, or at least not a lot of people have heard of. It's going to be a series focused on smaller artists, supporting smaller artists, which I think is probably the coolest thing you can do as a music reviewer or essayist of any sort, is giving a light to artists that haven't found their shine yet. And that's what's so cool about the Vale-Smith video. That's certainly what's very cool about the Mary in the Junkyard video, because I was working on that video and now they're blowing up, which is just so fucking good to see. It's amazing, and I want to give that limelight, no matter how small and dainty my channel is, to other artists, because that's what I love. I love it when I watch a YouTuber talk about shit that they're passionate about and that no one else knows about. That's my kind of shit. That's the shit that I want to make, and I'm going to be focusing on that a lot. I have made my number one goal of this year to get back on track with making videos and finding the fun in making videos as well. When I look back at my Hellfire project, I'm going to be talking about this right now. Okay. And I'm going to be linking this part of the video in my Hellfire description. Generative AI is the scariest thing ever for any kind of creative person, because laziness is very much appreciated in the culture that we're living in right now. I see that with my own job. I see that with music streaming services like Spotify. I see that in political commentary. I see that anywhere you try to look, AI is coming up and kind of scooping it up. So to have my video, the video that I am known for, probably the best thing I've ever made, be a video that has a focus on generative AI, is kind of weird. I don't know. It was made in a time where I was very much scared of what it could turn up to be, AI, but it was made in a time where the ramifications of what it could mean didn't compute very much in the overall culture. So a lot of people were experimenting with it. King Gizzard were making music videos with it, and they've completely fucked off with any of that shit now. David Rutnick, the artist that Black Midi used, right now has taken a completely different turn on what generative AI means. And I think the Hellfire video works for me still because it's not pretending to be anything else. It uses generative AI. I didn't use specific artists or leech off specific artists, and I just made visuals that looked crazy, wacky, structureless noise, and it accompanied the video very wonderfully. But after I made that video, I was also completely convinced that I would never do it again. So I'm still very much proud of the Hellfire video, but I'm definitely going to put a big like description or like top comment talking about AI and my stance on AI, because I don't want anyone finding that video and thinking that generative AI is anything that should belong in the future, because if it's leeching off artists, it's completely fucking broken as anything that should be in the zeitgeist, and we should all refrain from using it. And when you see a company using it, fuck off. Just fuck off from the company, boycott them, whatever. I was focusing on getting more personal involvement with shooting, with creating videos for my next project, which is the Spiderland project. That project is such a fucking big project in ways that you can't even imagine, because I'm not revealing anything about it. But let's just say that I have to shoot everything myself, and it's so much harder than what it sounds like it's gonna be. Yeah, I'm very proud of it, but yeah, I want my work as a video essayist, as an editor, to be very much reflected in my creative view of what I want my videos visually to look like. So in my Married in the Junkyard video, which is actually my best video I've ever made, I was very much leaning into the same kind of maybe a little bit stock footage feel of my older stuff, but I was very much leaning into having a specific style for that video and wanting everything to look meticulously like nothing and no one has ever seen before. That's what I want to do with this channel. That's what I get excited about. I remember how proud I was releasing that Married in the Junkyard video. I now know that I just have to lean into my creativity as a video essayist to make stuff that I want to make. And that's also how I can get myself to work on those giant projects, which are eating at me every single day. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. This is certainly a little bit longer, probably, than my usual reflection, rewind video. Every year, I unlist these videos because I think they're kind of drab and boring, and they focus on statistics, which I don't think any music listener should really focus on, because that's not what music is about. It's art, and it should be talked about as art. And in this video, I've tried to delve a lot more into what music I listened to this year. I tried to talk about the music a lot more in depth, and that's why I think I'm just going to keep up this video and any video after this reflecting on the year. I'm going to do some more reflection, obviously, with some top albums of the year videos, which I still have to make for 2023, I think, and 2024, and 2025. I'm just going to be working on those in the background as well. And I'm going to be taking my time with them as well, because I want to be talking about those records because they deserve it. And at the end of those videos, I'm going to put an appendix about the best shows that I've seen that year. So I go to a lot of concerts. I went to 47 concert days last year. I think it racked up to 180 acts I've seen last year. And I'm definitely going to be keeping that shit up this year. In January, I've already had 8. I love it, and I want to be talking about the live experience a lot more, too. And I think the medium that I'm going to be doing that with is through those videos. I think I've said enough that I wanted to say. Thank you guys so much for hanging around, watching shit. I know my channel is small. I know that not a lot of people are aware of my stuff. I know that I probably don't have a lot of viewers on this video, that especially ones that stick around this long. I love it. I love making stuff like this. And if anyone watches this far and has learned something or has heard something that they have not heard before, I'm completely satisfied. I love it. I love it. Love it. Okay, my my screen is turned off. I think my MacBook wants me to stop. All right. I did it. Okay, I'm just gonna stop the video now. I've been talking about for 40 minutes now, so I should really cut this down. I'm gonna cut this down. Thank you for watching.